Hey everyone, it's good to see you. It's Lieutenant Pip, and today we're going to talk about Destiny exotic missions. The secret ones to be specific, and even more specific, the ones that mean a little something to me to give them more of a personal touch. I'm certain there's plenty other and way better videos covering this in a more broad topic and even better detail. I just wanted to hit some of the secret ones that mean a little something to me. And by secret, I mean the ones that you had to go out of your way to encounter. As a community, we had to discover without any help from quests. So for example, Sleeper Simulant is not considered in this video. One that we will be discussing, Black Spindle from Destiny 1. We'll be covering both Destiny 1 and 2 exotics today. I have 4 in mind, 2 from each. Starting with Black Spindle, which was originally the Black Hammer from the Crota's End raid, but it was a legendary back then. To obtain it, you had to launch the Lost to Light mission on heroic difficulty and find a secret path towards the end of the mission that started a 10-minute gauntlet of taken enemies, ending with a boss fight rewarding the weapon. I started playing Destiny during the Taken King era, so when I very first heard about this, it was more like one of those funny playground rumors like Mew under the truck in Pokemon. But no, I found that secret path and fell even more in love with the game. Me and my fire team going through this genuine little tucked away space to earn an awesome exotic is an unforgettable memory. I felt a real sense of passion in hiding such a callback to an OG overpowered gun and bringing it back as an exotic. Something I remember happening a lot again in Rise of Iron with more raid weapons such as Fatebringer. Now on to the next entry, No Time to Explain. This started as a secret but turned into a quest going forward. The quest was very thematic and really cool, requiring you to defeat Atheon as one of the steps, but I'll only briefly talk about this one covering the secret portion. You start the Paradox heroic mission, I believe only when it was the daily, and you found 3 hidden dead ghosts that needed to be collected without dying and then killing a boss, which was super cool and memorable. And having the gun go from a secret to a quest, and you know, that's still fine. Starting it was kind of like an Easter egg. I'm a sucker for those kind of things. It helped that it was a really good gun too. Unfortunately, I can't talk much about it because I never got it actually. That was one of the exotics I never got back in Destiny 1, alongside the 4th Horseman and another that we might talk about later. The biggest reason I probably never got it was I was just so scared to raid back then, and I don't know why. Even now I'm slightly intimidated, but I have a lot of good memories running the revamps during Monuments of Triumph of Vault of Glass and Crota's End. I haven't got to run Taken King yet recently, but I'll have to do that again, or King's Fall, excuse me. Next up is a familiar face with Whisper of the Worm, and a hell of a start. Guardians had to go to a specific public event at a specific part of the map on Io, I'm pretty sure, and kill a very difficult at the time, by the way, boss to spawn a portal which when jumped into would take you into the mission. Now, I really can't stress enough, because modern Destiny 2, we are overpowered beyond comprehension. Killing that thing back in the day, dude, that was hard. It took the entire public event, and even then, I'm almost certain that we failed at our first couple of tries. But eventually, we got in there, and it wasn't an easy time inside that portal either. I think you had maybe 30 minutes. I might be overcorrecting for that, but there was a time limit. I remember that, and God, that was hard. Half of it was parkour, but it just took so long, and then you had the sniper taking, getting at you. Oh, it was a nightmare. Once you got it, that thing has been great, kind of on and off, up until now. In Monuments of Triumph, it's still a viable option. Yeah, there's better ones, but I mean, it's still good and it's cool. I mean, who doesn't like a Taken gun? It's awesome. To wrap up this brief walk down memory lane, we'll talk about my second favorite exotic, only beaten out by Hawkmoon. I love Hawkmoon so much. I even have a replica of it on my wall. But the answer is Outbreak Perfected. This is another gun I never got in Destiny 1, and I never even got to do the entire Wrath of the Machine raid. Siva is my favorite aesthetic in all of Destiny, barely behind the Hive, and I never got the coolest gun or did the coolest raid. Ugh. But Destiny 2 helped my strife, and I managed to finally get it, and it's even cooler. Now, there's a Wolfsbane exotic sword, and they can combo with each other. If someone runs Outbreak Perfected, it'll actually beef up the Wolfsbane damage, which is great because my buddy loves that thing. To originally get it, and I say originally because now all the exotic missions are available through the director, which does take a little bit of the magic out of it, but I mean, it's end of service. People are just gonna want the gun. I can understand why. You have to start up the Bad Neighbors adventure, go into a secret room and collect, I believe it's a fallen transponder. It's been forever since I did it. And after obtaining it, you have to go across multiple lost sectors all across the EDZ and I think another location. Forgive me, it's just been so long. Obviously, I could look these things up and not look stupid, but I prefer to have it off the dome. I like these conversations to be more like you're talking with a buddy who's reciting their memories more than just me spewing off of what I found on Google, which sometimes I have to do to make this even somewhat entertaining to listen to and not get everything wrong. The culmination is finding a hidden fallen captain, Mithrax, who becomes very important later. You might recognize that name. And what follows is a nostalgic and agonizing jaunt back across the Destiny 1 tower. All that challenge was well worth it to wield that gun, and for others, wield it again. It helps that it is a memorable dungeon with a funny section that I won't mention just in case on the off miracle you somehow haven't done it yet and don't get a spoiler for it. There's just something pretty cool in the basement. You should go check it out. And there we go. Wasn't that nice? A little trip down memory lane. Something positive, not focused on Bungie's shuddering and the Monuments of Triumph specifically, just back in the day, which is pretty thematic given we're currently, to date this video maybe, we're discovering a way to visit older builds of the game, and I mean, that's just awesome. Imagine if that got fully working, like with enemies and maybe even some degree of matchmaking. I just wanted to bring some positivity and nostalgia over some really cool guns, which is like 90% of Destiny 2 is cool guns. Speaking of cool guns, if you have any memories of doing exotic missions, secret or not, leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear them. These missions were so intricate and cool, and while I only covered, God, 4 out of the how many exotics? I mean, like the sleeper one that I mentioned at the beginning, yeah, it wasn't some big Easter egg, but there was still parts to it that were unique, like Touch of Malice, leaving the Hadium flakes all across the Dreadnought. Sorry to ramble, I just get caught up in these things. Thank you so much for stopping by. I was happy to have you, and I'll see you in the next one.